Hello, traders. FX Pip Collector here. Today is Thursday, January 9th, and we're going to be looking at the US dollar pairs, including gold, and we're going to check out a few of the JPY yen pairs. Before we do that, I do want to mention that I do have a 100% free Discord trading community. The link for that is in the description and at the end of this video. The trading community is 100% free to join. If you would like to check out my membership, the link for that is fxpipcollector.com, and you get access to all the benefits listed below for only $30 per month. Very, very cheap. So, anyways, I like to look at the news calendar every day, but today there's really nothing on the news calendar. We had some Aussie and some Chinese news last night in the Asian session, but there's really nothing on the news calendar today. Tomorrow is non-farm payroll though, so that's a really big thing to look out for tomorrow. So there's not going to be any news-driven moves today, but that definitely doesn't mean that the market's not going to move. It just means that there's not going to be any moves caused by the scheduled news. So, anyways, the euro dollar, yeah, I mean, we've been talking about this downtrend for a very long time. We are sitting at the 50% Fibonacci retracement from the weekly monthly time frame, and we're also sitting at the 61% Fibonacci extension from the weekly monthly time frame. So this area right here definitely is an area of resistance, as you can see, for sure. I still think there's a good chance that this might end up popping up and making a correction to the last five waves down that we see here. There's definitely five waves down there. So even if the market doesn't reverse and give us that big uptrend that we've been waiting for, I think there is a good chance that we will at least get a correction to these five waves right here. But as you all know, I am a trend trader and I'm not looking for longs right now. I'm still looking for shorts. If it goes up and breaks structure in a big way, I'll definitely switch it up and start looking for longs. But until that happens, I am definitely still looking for shorts in a downtrend. So going down to the 1 hour time frame, not really a whole lot going on yesterday, really. I mean, we definitely did have some pretty good impulsive move down. Really, the entry for this move down was actually on Tuesday, way, way, way up here. So really, I mean, unless you were on a very short time frame trying to get the end of this correction, there really wasn't much of an entry. Now, like I said, we could get a nice push up today. We are at some Fibonacci retracement levels from the higher time frames. I still think it looks like a possible wave A, a possible wave B, and then go up for a possible wave C, maybe end up doing something like this, which definitely would be a really good trade for the short time frame traders. It could even possibly turn into a wave one, a wave two, and a wave three if this right here really is a bottom on the higher time frames, which is definitely no proof that it is a bottom. But as I always say, the trend is your friend, and the trend is down on literally every single higher time frame. So I personally will either wait for a nice break of structure to confirm a change of direction, or I will wait for another sorting opportunity at the end of three-way pullbacks. So moving on to the pound dollar. Pound dollar made a very big move to the downside over the last couple of days. Really, all pound pairs made a really big move to the downside. One thing you'll notice, which I was talking about yesterday, is I said yesterday that it looks like a 1, 2, 3. Yesterday I said that this move up is probably going to be another correction and it's probably going to go down again, that is exactly what happened. Now we have five waves down. We are also sitting at a Fibonacci level from the higher time frames now. So we are definitely at an area of resistance on the higher time frames. Definitely could be an area of support for sure. If it goes up and starts breaking structure, then I don't know. I personally wouldn't take it for as a long until we get the higher time frame breaker structure that happens way up here. But for the short time frame traders, if you do want to take it as a long and it goes up, maybe making an ABC correction, then that definitely could be a possible pretty good trade. I personally, as a trend trader, especially because looking at the higher time frames, I'm only looking for shorts in a downtrend right now. There is zero proof that this thing is over. We are at a Fibonacci level, but that definitely doesn't mean that the trend is over. It could just pop up a little bit and then keep on going down. The trend is your friend, and if you were doing nothing but looking for shorts this whole way down, you would have made a lot of money in these markets. So anyways, going down to the Aussie dollar. The Aussie dollar definitely made a pretty nice move down also, and you will notice that it definitely has a five-wave shape now on the daily time frame. It's actually a really nice five-wave shape. We are also at the 100% retracement of the weekly monthly time frame, which means we're at basically a double bottom. If you go up to those higher time frames, we're basically at like a double bottom on the higher time frames. So that definitely also could be an area of resistance. And for me, if price does turn up, if it does give us a nice clear break of structure, I definitely will be looking for longs in the long term because it could turn into a big trend reversal, any time within the next couple of weeks, definitely. But for now, the trend is down for sure. So yeah, let's get rid of this Fibonacci level. It went beyond 100% of that. Now, if this goes up on the 1 hour time frame, gives you a break of structure, then I think that's when you could justify looking for longs at the end of pullbacks. Until you get some sort of a break of structure to the upside, even on the shorter time frames, I think that going long is still a little bit on the dangerous side. The trend is your friend, like I always say. The trend is down on literally every single time frame. Really, like I always say, I mean, I would want to be holding a short right now. I would want to be short from way up here. I wouldn't want to be way down here looking for a long. I would rather, be looking for an exit for my short right now. And if it does go up and give you a break of structure, that not only would that be an exit, but that possibly could be an entry to go long for short time frame traders, definitely. So moving on to the US dollar CAD. I don't cover the Kiwi because it's exactly the same as the Aussie. To me, the US dollar CAD looks like the end of an ABC correction right here. It looks like it still kind of needs to drift up some more. And we're not really at a Fibonacci level. So, I mean, this thing has a lot more upside potential. Yeah, I mean, there's no reason to say that this thing could not go up and make a double top way over here and hit this 100% Fibonacci retracement all the way up to about the 1.465 area. So, there's really no reason to say that this trend is over. Definitely no break of structure or anything like that. I've been long on this pair since I think Monday morning, and I'm still long, and it's still making higher. It's making higher low, higher low, higher low, and technically this is a lower high. So if it does go down and break this low, that's not a break of structure for me because that could be an ABC correction within a uptrend. If it goes down and breaks this structure way down here, then that's definitely a change of direction. But this structure break right here could just be another ABC correction within a uptrend. So I personally am definitely still looking for logs. I'm looking for three-way pullbacks for the continuation of the uptrend, or I'm looking for a break of structure to get out of my trade. US dollar Swiss is another trade that I've been in since Monday. Way down here is when I got in. And by the way, every single trade that I enter, I do share with my members at the time of entry with stop loss and take profit. I really do not like to call my membership a signal service because the main purpose of my group is to teach. It's not to just give everybody the trades. Very few people are ever going to make money in the long term if they do nothing but follow other people's trades. But that's why I like to call it learn and earn at the same time because I really want you to learn how to trade. Well, you possibly follow along with some of my trades. So, anyways, daily time frame, we are kind of at a little bit of a double top situation right here. We are at a Fibonacci level, but normally when price goes beyond the 78% Fibonacci retracement of any given impulsive move, normally even if it does pull back, it will end up going back up and touching the 100% normally. Unless you're talking about commodities, commodities definitely sometimes do go beyond the 78% and still make a lower high. So, anyways, taking it down to the 1 hour time frame, I mean, we are definitely still making higher lows, higher lows, higher lows. Every one of these swings is a higher low. And one thing you have to notice is that this looks like three waves up right here. So even if it does go down and break this low right here, that definitely doesn't tell me a change of direction because that definitely could be just another A, B, C correction within an uptrend, just like I said on the dollar CAD. So if you see three waves up, and then you see a break of structure, that definitely is not a reversal in my eyes. That could just be another A, B, C correction because the way B normally is three waves up, even if it did make a new higher high. So I'm definitely still looking for longs on the US dollar Swiss at the end of three-way pullbacks, especially. And like I said, I'm still holding on to a long from way down here on Monday. And gold, yeah, gold is kind of still drifting up. I mean, I said in my latest videos that there's definitely multiple possibilities. I definitely could see this being a wave A and then this being an A of B, and then instead of that wave B being over, this is actually one, two, three waves down for a B, and we're actually gonna just keep on drifting up for a C, and then that would be the A, that would be three waves of B, and then eventually back down for the bigger wave C. It definitely looks like this is a likely possibility. So if you are trying to go short on time frames, which I still technically am kind of looking for shorts on time frames, then be cautious because it could just keep on drifting up, making a wave C and then going down. So be a little bit on the cautious side. Going down to the 1 hour time frame, I mean, we are definitely still making higher highs, higher lows. I mean, to me, this still looks extremely corrective compared to the move down, and we do not have a break of structure on the higher time frames. So the higher time frames are still telling us that it could go down. And they're still telling us that this move up could be a correction to the last impulsive move down. So if we zoom out just a little bit more, we have a Fibonacci retracement on this move down still. I'm still looking for a Fibonacci bounce. I'm still looking for a break of structure to the downside. And if I do see that, I definitely will take it as a short, potentially for the continuation of the downtrend. But like I was talking on the higher time frames, I do have an alternative analysis that has this just continuing up. And how are we going to know if the market is just going to keep on going up? We're going to know because it's going to keep on making higher lows, higher lows, higher lows, higher lows, higher lows, higher lows. There's not going to be a break of that high low series, but instead, it'll just bounce from a fib level, make a higher low, bounce from a fib level, make a higher low. So if it does bounce from a fib level and make a break of structure, we know that the series of higher highs, higher lows is complete, and we know that it's time to start looking for shorts again. So I personally am still looking for shorts, definitely. I'm still looking for a Fibonacci bounce. And I'm not a short time frame trader, so I'm really not, looking for little impulsive moves up on the shorter time frames. So anyways, moving on to the US dollar yen. I still kind of suspect that the dollar yen could make a lower high. We did go a little bit above the 78%, but if this actually turns into like a spike, then I would say at the end of the week that it would be respecting the 78%, and I still think it could go down, make a wave C. Like this would be the A, this move up would be a big wave B, and then down for a wave C, which would probably break some of these big structure levels. So we definitely need to keep an eye out for that. It could possibly happen by the end of the week. If we go down to the daily and we see this thing go down and break structure in a big way, that's what's going to confirm to me that it's time to start looking for sorts in a downtrend in a big way because likely the trend will continue down. But for now, the trend is up and the trend is your friend. Going down to the 1 hour time frame, I mean, this is a very slow overlapping pattern. I mean, it could possibly even be an ending diagonal wave 5. And if it is an ending diagonal wave 5, it definitely could start making its way down maybe tomorrow at the non-farm payroll and give us a nice break of structure confirming that change of direction on the higher time frames. But we got to be a little bit careful. I would definitely still recommend looking for longs. I mean, if you were trading all these little impulsive moves up on, these sort of time frames, you would definitely be doing pretty good if you were doing nothing but looking for logs. And I still suggest that you do nothing but look for logs because it could just keep on going up. There's no reason to say that it has to respect this 78%. It could definitely, definitely, definitely keep going up, which is why I would definitely recommend continuing to look for logs at the end of all pullbacks you see, especially if they are three-wave ABC corrective pullbacks. So moving on to the euro yen. The euro yen did make a lower high on the daily time frame, as you can see, but a lower high to me is not really confirmation that the trend is turned. For me, a break of structure is confirmation that the trend is turned, so the trend is definitely, definitely still up. And to me, it kind of seems like even if it does end up turning down, it should go up and break this high, doing like a liquidity grab before it actually does go back down. So I'm definitely still on, looking for longs on these sort of time frames. Going down to the 1 hour time frame is where I still have my Fibonacci retracement of this move right here. Now, if you do trade below the 1 hour time frame, just be aware that ever since you got that break of structure here on Tuesday, you could be looking for shorts. And then once you get a break of structure to the upside, you could stop looking for shorts and start looking for longs again. For me personally, because I do not trade the short time frames at all, I personally am waiting for a Fibonacci bounce. I'm waiting for a impulsive up and a break of structure. And once I see that, that is going to be my next long opportunity. And as long as it doesn't keep on going down and break its structure, then I definitely will still be looking at these Fibonacci retracement levels as possible reversal points. Now, I'm not just going to enter at a Fibonacci level. I'm going to wait for a reversal and a break of structure to help confirm the turn. Now, the pound yen went down a lot, and that's because of the pound, not the yen. And on the daily time frame, it still looks to me like a possible 1, 2, 3 down. It still looks like this is like an ABC correction. I still think there's actually a pretty good chance that it's going to go up. And we are right at the structure level, but there's a Fibonacci retracement right here. We got the 50% Fibonacci retracement of this move up. We also have the 50% Fibonacci extension of this move right here projected up the top of this move. So there's definitely some resistance down here in this area. So I wouldn't be surprised if it went down just a little more and then it reversed back to the upside, doing a liquidity grab here and maybe here, and then giving us the big reversal that we're waiting for. So anyways, going down to the 1 hour time frame, I'm technically still on the long side. And you'll see that this right here is like basically a double top, which means that this definitely could be an A. This definitely could be a B, and we could definitely be in a C. The most ideal thing for me would be is if it made like a double bottom and then it gave us a break of structure. That's what would help confirm to me that the wave C is over and that we are back into the uptrend. So definitely waiting for an ABC correction to complete for a possible long opportunity on this one also. So, anyways, as far as the rest of these pairs are concerned, every single one of these pairs, including the Dow Jones and everything else on this list, I do a members forecast every single day for my members. We also cover them in the live Zoom meetings that I do on Tuesday, Wednesday, Thursday, and Friday. And I look for trades on every single one of these pairs. It's about 20 some odd pairs, 26, 27 pairs that I look for trades on. And I am not a short time frame trader. I'm only a swing trader. I look for big swings that I can potentially hold for several weeks. So this is a perfect type of strategy if you have a full-time job and a lot of responsibilities and you are not able to sit in front of your charts all day, because swing trading is meant for people that don't have time to sit in front of their charts all day. So anyways, if you want to check that out, then my website is fxpipcollector.com. And definitely check it out. It's only $30 per month. And if you do not want to join the membership, I highly recommend you join the free, 100% free trading community that I am building. We have about 5,700 members right now in my trading community, 100% free to join. I want to build a community of like-minded traders that were willing to help each other out. So definitely check that out. Link is in the description and at the end of this video. And as always, thank you and happy trading to everyone.